to us.
Yeah, what's up?
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting matches.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys.
Great vision, David. Thank you. And here's a look at some numbers for DeRozan.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. DeRozan out there with Pirtle. Then it's White. Then there's DeJounte Murray. And it's Walker in at the 3 spot. And for Oklahoma City, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort in at the small forward. Clark, toward the end of the season, some players hit a wall. Others come alive. They can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but that energizes them. What can a guy do to keep improving till the season's end?
Well, I think it starts first with mindset, Kevin. Staying ready, which means you have to be diligent about staying in shape, getting your extra work in if you're not getting the reps in games. Stay even-keeled emotionally. You can't get too high or too low. Keep that professional perspective. I'm a pro. I'm doing what I've always dreamed of doing. I'm getting paid well to do it, and I'm going to focus on getting better each day.
Excellent perspective. And so here is Oklahoma City following the bucket by the Spurs. And he gets it to go.
And, you know, with a guy like Paul, sometimes there's nothing you can do. I mean, really. Get a hand up, doesn't matter. He still knocks it down.
White drives in. Murray against Paul. Got a piece of it. Passes it to Dort. Makes it off the glass.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is, that's a tough shot. Boy, that's finishing the defense there. He made a good effort on that possession defensively and then closed it out with the rebound.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
Boy, they're on fire right now, cooking with gas, starting this one out 4-5.
Murray surveying the D. Now the pass to White. Left side Walker, 5 to shoot. And the layup is good.
That's a nice play there. Not going to miss many from there.
Here's Paul. He's coming off a 28-point game against Utah.
A gigantic game for him at the free throw line. He was an instigator, drawing a ton of contact and really just hunting for the whistle. And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
DeRozan's shot is good.
Well, you can see the excitement in DeRozan's eyes when he gets these opportunities. I mean, he's a knockdown threat from there.
And growing up about 15 miles south of the Staples Center, DeMar DeRozan idolized Kobe Bryant, Clark, and patterned his game after him.
And you can see evidence of Kobe's game in DeMarcus's game. You think about the footwork, the ability to post up, the moves and counter moves, the balance and strength. I think he owes a lot of that to the Mamba.
Nerlens Noel checks in for Oklahoma City. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Paul. Then for the Spurs, Rudy Gay's checked in for Lonnie Walker. Bryn Forbes comes in for White. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. Now here's DeRozan. He had 13 points in the win against Dallas.
And even if he took away his points, he was still an offensive force because of his passing. His assist numbers were tremendous.
Boy, Gay doing a nice job to corral that rebound. A sneaky good play there. He corralled it and finished it.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, they better be thinking about him. I mean, we know how dangerous he is.
And good that time.
Yeah, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Schroeder surveying the floor. And Pirtle sends it back.
Wonderful anticipation that time from Pirtle, positioning himself perfectly to send that one back.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And the dunk by DeRozan.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Here's Schroeder. Adams trying to free himself up. And that one's good. Schroeder. Schroeder's got his second basket of the game. Here's San Antonio. They're on a 14-6 run. Here is Forbes. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. And DeRozan kicks to Mills. Pass to Forbes. From 12 feet out. Gay can't get it to go.
Boy, great effort on defense there against a guy who typically makes that.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Here is Forbes. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. 2 on the clock. The putback stayed with it, but they couldn't get it to fall. It's the end of the first with a tie game here, and already these offenses are clicking. 2K Sports. Chris Ball talks about the matchups he faces at the point guard.
Toughest position in the NBA night in and night out.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. After the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
On the floor for San Antonio, they've got Tyler Zeller. Rudy Gay is out there with Bellinelli. And it's Mills, and it's Forbes in at the shooting guard. Ferguson with the rebound.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They had made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history. Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
And the shot goes in.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Forbes. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
Boy, Forbes showing you some quick-footedness there. Nice instincts.
Here's Schroeder. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Utah.
Boy, I thought his passing was absolutely fantastic. I mean, really picked apart the defense all game long.
From 17 feet out, Thunder with the rebound. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with the win.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
And, you know, one of the things about winning the physical battle like they did in that game, it gives you a lot of confidence going into the next meeting. You know you can push this team around in the paint and win the physical battle.
And again, no good by Oklahoma City. And here's Gay. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. Here's Schroeder. And he banks in the layup. Schroeder's got 6 points.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, my cousin LaMarcus Aldridge is not the flashiest player, but he is respected. His former teammate in Portland, C.J. McCollum, said he hasn't changed his game to try and fit the new NBA. He shoots mid-range, scores under the basket, strong as heck. He knows who he is. And Kevin, LaMarcus isn't really my cousin, but his game never goes out of style.
You're right, D.A., and he is still getting it done. Thank you. For the Thunder, Robertson comes in for Diallo, and Chris Paul subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. White, he's checked in for San Antonio. DeJounte Murray comes in for Patty Mills. Over to the left wing. White, left side. And here is Bellinelli. He had 16 points in the win against Dallas.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense. Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Well, it's a short list of point guards who are elite defenders, Clark, but Chris Paul is certainly on that list.
Well, you think about Chris Paul. In his younger days, Kevin, he was an absolute terror defensively. He could lock up any guard in the league. And even at his current age, as he's gotten older, he's still pretty stiff on the defensive end.
Spurs trail by 3, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. And a look now at San Antonio's upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. Then on Saturday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And going up against the Pelicans, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
Shot by Zeller, no good. Oklahoma City leading by 3. And Rudy Gay picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A different look now for San Antonio. Pirtle, he is checked in for Zeller. DeRozan comes in for Rudy Gay. And Walker subbed in for Bellinelli. And it's Paul penetrating. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
Paul is superb in the pick and roll. I mean, once the screen comes, he's really good at taking what the defense gives him.
Here's White. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And Paul gets it to go in.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Paul against Murray. White the pass to Pirtle. And the bank shot is good.
Hey, when Pirtle gets the rock deep inside, the defense is cooked. Can't allow him to get comfortable from there.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. A competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. Nothing seemed to give. And that'll do it.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Look at Chris Paul. What a contribution.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So for Oklahoma City right now, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul. And it's Dort in at the 3. And Lonnie Walker picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Ball against Murray. Puts it up from 17. Mark, there are a lot of great playmakers in this NBA that sometimes we don't talk about or under the radar.
Yeah, there are. Again, so many outstanding players in a league of 30 teams, but You know, Drew Holiday has been outstanding as a big playmaking guard, as good scoring the ball as he is playmaking. And Draymond Green, not a guard, but makes decisions and passes the ball like a high-level guard, and is extremely valuable in that Warriors attack. Those two guys are a little bit undervalued for their ability to make their teammates better.
Good point. Here's DeRozan. Doesn't go for him. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Adams finds Gallinari. It's a nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Gallinari. Shot clock at 6. Paul dishes to Adams. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. No good on the 3. Spurs trail by 5. Pass to DeRozan, and he uses the glass on the layup. DeRozan's got 8 points.
Man, DeRozan, such a dangerous scorer in there. The defense has to push him out of there.
Into the 3rd we go. 2 minutes in now. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Paul. Out to Gallinari. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 3 assists now in this one.
And the instincts from the veteran point guard. Chris Paul has tremendous feel for the game and for how to get his teammates the ball when they're open.
Diallo, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Chris Paul. San Antonio also making some changes. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Derek White. That's Mills in for Murray. It's a hand on it, and it's Gallinari on the follow. Gallinari's got the lead up to 7 now for Oklahoma City.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up.
And if you're the defensive team, it just kills you to give up baskets like that.
This is it to Forbes. Lets it go from the wing, and the jumper is good. Forbes has got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Boy, when it's coming off of Forbes' fingertips like this, guys, it is cash money. What a pure-looking stroke.
And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. Sinks the triple. And the Thunder lead by 8.
He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Takes it from 10. And it's off the back rim. No good. Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime.
And, you know, guys, the Spurs team dinners, the stuff of legends, just building camaraderie and getting to know one another and being orchestrated with care by head coach Greg Popovich. They enjoyed the finest restaurants and great food and drink, but the fellowship and camaraderie, probably the most important part of those dinner gatherings.
Here's Forbes. That's tipped.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Gallinari with the steal. To the paint. Got a piece of it. Here's Schroeder. Out to Gallinari. A rebound by the Spurs.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
Walker in the post. Diallo's there. The pass to Forbes. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Gallinari with the steal. Here's Adams. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Adams has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And Mills kicks to Pirtle. Pass to Walker. Feeds to DeRozan. Can they get it? And he lays it up and in. DeRozan's got 10 points.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help this team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
And so it's Oklahoma City going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency. And
keep guarding now. We're doing a much better job.
And with 3 quarters behind us, Let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. On the court right now for the Spurs, we've got Rudy Gay, who's out there with Jakob Poeltl. Illinois is out there with DeRozan, and it's Forbes in a point.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
DeRozan in the corner. And a miss there on the triple. Oklahoma City leading by 12. Here's Paul, and Poeltl sends it back. Now, here's DeRozan. He's guarded closely. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And the Spurs with some changes. White comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Bryn Forbes. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the San Antonio Spurs. DeRozan gets the bucket.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Pass to Robertson. He kicks it to Paul. Here's Ferguson, defended by Poeltl. And it's Terrence Ferguson with the three. Ferguson's got the lead up to 13 now for the Thunder.
Well, I love the pass-first nature of Paul's game. So good at setting up his teammates and endearing himself to them because of it.
Now here's Murray. Passes to Gay. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Here's DeRozan. Ferguson with the rebound. The Thunder leading by 13. Paul passes to Ferguson. Back to Paul. Kicks it to Robertson. The three. And Poeltl pulls it down. Poeltl's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Murray outside. Back to Poeltl. Murray outside. Here's DeRozan. Another miss by DeRozan.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
Robertson dishes to Paul. The feed now to Muscala. There's the pass to Ferguson. Robertson with it. He's covered by Gay. Ferguson for three. Rebound by Murray. Spurs trail by 13. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Takes the three. Knocks down the three ball. Murray's got himself on the board with three there.
Well, I tell you what, that's a sight for sore eyes to see Murray connecting from distance, because when he's doing that, it really opens things up for him because we know he can get to the basket.
Paul against Murray. With the floater. Noel. It's good on the putback. And the Thunder lead by 12.
And Noel really does a nice job in reading angles of shots. He really excels in avoiding box outs because he's so active, and he typically beats guys to important spots near the basket.
Murray, good.
Not sure how he gets that pass off. I thought for sure he was going to pull the trigger.
Paul outside, and Muscala has it in the corner. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one on Jakob Poeltl.
Impressive strength on display by Noel, and that allows him to get a number of and-one opportunities. He powers through contact and is able to score even when fouled.
San Antonio making a switch here. Walker's checked in. Pass to DeRozan. White with it. From the arc. And Lonnie Walker picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Oklahoma City leading by 13. 1:06 left in the fourth quarter. And stolen by White.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still,
a double-digit victory for Oklahoma City.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And this will make it 41 victories for them on the year. And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Chris Paul.
You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker.
They can shave the deficit to single digits right here. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Dennis Schroeder hits the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. 23 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And it's Johnson penetrating, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson.
Boy, that looked like a failure to communicate. You hate unforced errors.
Here's Schroeder. That's good from Schroeder. Schroeder hits them both. Mills with it. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. body fluid and goaltend.
Yeah, what's up, Chris? What's up, Alexis? I've got some tidbits from the devs. One of the things that you'll be interested in, I know evolution cards were big on the scene coming into 2K20, and now going into 2K21, you'll have a little more control on some of those evolution cards. So how would you like to be able to choose how some of those cards evolve is one of the things to look out for.
Yeah, fans were really pumped about the evolution cards being included last year, so it's great to hear that.
Memphis, Tennessee. It is indeed, DA. Thank you. We got a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at Memphis. They're holding the edge for the last playoffs. I am sure they'd feel better if they could jump up a couple rankings. And, of course, the San Antonio Spurs, down 4 spots from them.
And I think for San Antonio, this has been a season I'm sure they'd like to forget. And luckily, they'll be able to do that soon enough.
They have their work cut out in the offseason. The status quo isn't going to cut it. There has to be an overhaul.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. White is out there with DeJounte Murray. Then there's Pirtle, and it's DeRozan, and it's Walker in at the 3, the small forward. And for Memphis, Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Anderson in at the 3 spot. Walker the pass to DeRozan. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. A lot of different styles of basketball, and, you know, we're talking about Coach of the Year here. What style of coach did you prefer to play for?
Well, I just wanted a coach that was honest, that held everyone accountable, and allowed us to get out and run. You want a coach that believes in the talent that he has and doesn't hamper anyone's skill set, doesn't hold anyone back based upon their offensive philosophy. The game is changing, so hopefully you have a coach that is flexible. Hopefully you have a coach that is forward-thinking, and you have a coach that says, let it fly. That might be the most important skill set of a coach, in my opinion. One that says, hey, you got an open shot, you better take it.
Banked in off the glass.
And when Pirtle sees one of his guys wide open, he whips it his way. He's all for doing what's best for the team.
Valanciunas passes to Anderson. Back to Valanciunas. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Pass to DeRozan. Stolen by Brooks. And now the fast break Anderson with the ball and finished off by Morant.
This is the attitude Anderson brings. A selfless player who loves giving it up to his open guys.
And Walker's got the ball here for San Antonio. Poke loose. Now here's Murray. He's covered closely and easy 2 points on the layup.
And right out of the gates, they are locked and loaded. 3 straight scores early.
Here's Valanciunas. No good from outside. For San Antonio, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Walker finds Pirtle. Outside, White. Fires the 3. No good. Shot missing. And Memphis the other way now. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Jackson passes to Valanciunas. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Finished off by the big man. The 7-footer like Valanciunas should be operating near the hoop. You know what? I talked to Jaren Jackson this summer. He told me he grew another 2 inches. So let's just call him around 7 foot right now with the 7'5" wingspan. Jaren Jackson, the perfect physique for today's defensive big. He can protect the paint and maneuver outside.
Shot clock at 3. Here's Anderson. DeRozan with the rebound.
With the D playing soft off him, he might have been better off taking it to the hoop instead of settling for the jumper.
Pirtle kicks to White. Launches it. Kept alive.
And Pirtle has a stick-with-it mentality on the offensive glass, just throwing himself against the board.
Now here's Brooks. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Puts up a 3. A new 14 for the Grizzlies. The kick out to Anderson. Morant with a wide open look. Bangs home the trifecta. Morant's got 5 points so far.
Oh, man, from the parking lot that time. Morant testing out the range. Looks like he has all systems go.
Murray outside. Passes it to Pirtle. White looking around. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. Valanciunas grabs the board. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. And it's Brooks in the corner. Pass to Morant. Jackson with it. Shoots over DeRozan. Jackson passes to Morant. Back to Jackson. A putback. DeMar DeRozan grabs the board. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Walker's running. Count that one. Walker's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Grizzlies lead by 3. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And in 2008,
a lot of people saying that.
Yep, you love the honesty and the bravery to step forward and tell his emotional story.
Yeah, he opened a dialogue. Kevin Love following his lead to talk about anxiety. Athletes as public figures can have a broader impact than just entertaining, and we see it over and over again.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And taking a look at the Grizzlies' performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Well, it's part of their strategy coming in, no doubt. And there may not be that much their opponent can do about it.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So, on the floor for Memphis, we've got Allen. Gorgie Dang is out there with Clark, and it's Melton in at the point.
And Memphis, a small town, not a free agent destination, but the connection between these fans and their team really stands out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, first of all, I love Memphis. Shout out to Bill Street. Oh, man, they got some great food there, GA. I'll take it to one of my spots next time we're up there. But Memphis is known for its food and music. I mean, the MGs, as some call the Grizzlies, a treasured part of the scene.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Jaren Jackson Jr. is the son of an NBA player. And I'm so old, I covered his dad in college. Growing up, his parents let him find his passion, but the game was always in his genes. Jackson Jr. said, "I've always prided myself on being more than just a basketball player, but I can't deny my laser focus on the sport." Kevin, he's following in his father's footsteps, but looking to create his own legacy.
Terrific mentor, but he's just getting started, David. Thank you. Now here's Jang. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Allen surveying the D. And again, it's Memphis with the three.
And he found a perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. And a quick look now at how the Memphis Grizzlies schedule is shaping up. On Saturday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Utah Jazz. Then on Monday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs.
And for their matchup with the Bucks, it's a chance for them to come out and knock off the top dog in the league. A win there can be a big step forward for this team.
Here's Melton. Shoots a three. Zeller grabs the board. Spurs trail by 6. Gay inside. Kicks to Forbes. Over Clark. San Antonio again missing. And the guard, Bryn Forbes, won back-to-back state championships as a high schooler in the state of Michigan. Couple years at Cleveland State, then transferred back to the state of Michigan and played at Michigan State.
And after that time at Michigan State, he went undrafted, but Kevin really has developed into a steady rotation player in the NBA. And by the way, quite a knockdown shooter.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Gorgie Dang. Josh Jackson comes in for Allen. And it's Morant in for DeAnthony Melton. And San Antonio also making a switch. DeRozan's checked in.
And purely from a physical standpoint, Ja Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to put on more weight. And few players are more explosive athletically.
And with Morant, you not only get the physical attributes, Greg, you get the mental toughness and awareness.
Yeah, this kid loves to compete. The bigger the game, the bigger he plays. I think we're looking at a potential all-NBA performer when it's all said and done.
Well, here's a group now that knows how to orchestrate from the wing. The top passing small forwards in the NBA during the past 10 games. DeMar DeRozan on top.
Well, you hear the term point forward thrown around about some players, maybe a little too loosely. But when it comes to him, I truly believe it applies.
And you don't have to watch for him for long to see the kind of special ability he has as a passer.
Mills finds Zeller. Looking to end the run. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And the emphasis on mobility, a challenge for lumbering 7-footers like Valanciunas.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not going to be the quickest when you're 7 feet tall, Kevin. I mean, in order to earn his keep, he has to be dominant inside. I mean, he has that capability.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Jackson.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
And when it comes to athletic small forwards, Gay is the cream of the crop. An aggressive player whose reach really helps him on both offense and defense.
There's 57 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. The Grizzlies with another miss. And so it's Mills who will bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. 9-point game. Want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
They shot the lights out from deep. Really stretched out the defense in that one.
And nowadays, the three-point shot is huge. They were on fire from outside.
No good from Valanciunas. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. That's good from Gay on the assist by Zeller. 8 points for Gay.
He's finally coming around, trying to make up for that goose egg he put up in the first quarter.
The pass to Morant. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie. For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. They were unable to ever build a big lead in the first period. And that should do it with
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. There's always at least one joker on every roster. Who was the funniest guy, Chris, you ever played alongside?
Oh, man, by far it's Jay Will. Jay Will, White Chocolate. He was the funniest before the game, after the game, during the game. He would, you know, it'd be a bad call by a ref or something. He'd say something to the ref would laugh and pat him on the butt. I mean, he was, he's a funny guy. He's somewhere right now telling jokes, having somebody laugh and fall out on the floor. It was just his personality, a hard worker, but he definitely was the joker on the court.
On the floor for San Antonio, DeJounte Murray is out there with White. Then it's DeRozan. Then there's Jakob Poeltl. And it's Walker in at the small forward position. White finds DeRozan. Spurs working the ball around now. Back to Walker. Shot clock at 2. Here's Poeltl. Off target from outside. And the Grizzlies leading by 9. And here's Jackson, one of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. Here's Morant. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. Morant's got 4 points in the quarter.
This is what Morant does best, a natural scorer who does it in a variety of ways.
Here's DeRozan. Count it.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end.
Now here's Morant. He's covered by Murray. Stolen by Walker. Murray kicks to White. Back to Murray. Goes up the baseline, and the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut down now to just 7 on the basket from White.
Okay, that's the shot he loves. I mean, unless there's a guy right in his jersey, he's going to convert.
Brooks for 3. DeRozan with the rebound. For San Antonio, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half.
And making his return from the ACL tear, DeJounte Murray, long, athletic, and young, he still has a very bright future.
5 on the clock. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Now just a 5-point Grizzly lead.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
It's stolen by DeRozan. Murray kicks to White. Oh, the lob to DeRozan. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
Yeah, I mean, anyone can tell they've ramped up the intensity. I mean, they're more assertive, and especially at the offensive end.
And Murray winning second team all-defense in 2018. And Greg, at that time, he was only 21.
And that's been his strong suit. If he can hit perimeter shots consistently, he can be a star.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Allen comes in for Kyle Anderson. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Morant. From 12 feet out. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Memphis leading by 3. Here's Melton. And the layup falls.
Oh, that's a well-deserved assist. Not every player has the vision to make that feed.
Murray kicks to DeRozan. Pass to Bellinelli. Hurdle. Great positioning on the putback.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And Jang gets it to go. And the Grizzlies lead by 5.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
On the wing, Bellinelli. Over Brooks. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Jaren Jackson.
I love how Bellinelli goes straight into the contact on that shot, really making the defense get aggressive with him.
And the Spurs with some changes. Rudy Gay's checked in for DeRozan. Bryn Forbes comes in for Derek White. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. Melton passes to Allen. Puts it up from 12. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Allen's got 11.
Well, I think he's looking around wondering where the D is. I mean, nowhere near him, that's for sure.
Mills with it. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. The drive by Gay. Bellinelli trying to break loose. That's good from Gay on the assist by Mills. 10 points for Rudy Gay.
You love how Gay just charges straight out of the hoop. Does not matter who's in his way.
Throws it down despite the man right in his face. A chance here for a three-point play.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Oh, Kevin, the coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy buckets like this, GA.
And he banks in the layup. Gay's got 4 points this quarter.
You like seeing Gay get this involved in the offense, especially early, just taking over and dominating whoever is on him.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Memphis out in front, up by 4. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Memphis leading by 4. They've got Jaren Jackson. Kyle Anderson is out there with Clark. Then it's Morant. And it's Melton in at the 2-guard spot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. And it's Morant missing.
And smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
Well, that's how you play it. He does a good job of getting into the shooter's airspace.
Here's Mills. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. They've led by as many as 11 points. And slam dunk by Clark.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Spurs trail by 6. Here is Forbes. Lets it go with a 3. That shot no good. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. It's off to Utah for him after this game as they take on the Jazz. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Jackson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, his father played in the NBA. He grew up in Indiana. His father was a teammate of mine, Jaren Jackson, over at the Wizards. Took on Jordan and those guys didn't do too well. Oh, and let me get back to it anyway. But for Jaren Jackson Jr., you could say the game was in his blood and in the water.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Valanciunas comes in for Clark. And Brooks subbed in for DeAnthony Melton. Shots good by Mills.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Now here's Morant. He's tightly guarded. And another miss by Memphis. Chris and Jaren Sr., a 3-point marksman, made sure his son worked on his perimeter shooting from a young age.
Oh, yeah, shout out to Jaren Sr. Even as some of Junior's coaches wanted him to focus on his inside game, Dad knew better. He said, sooner or later, son, you're going to need that outside shot. And boy, was he right.
Brooks, the pass to Anderson. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Shot clock at 5. Trying to get open is Brooks. No good from Valanciunas.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against them. That's just great work inside.
The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. DeRozan's got it all tied up now for San Antonio.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Here's Brooks. Valanciunas trying to free himself up. And that one's good. Brooks.
You got to appreciate the fearlessness. I mean, Brooks enjoying having the ball in his hands in big spots.
Down low. It's tipped. It's stolen by Valanciunas. And now the Grizzlies. Fast break. Feeds it to Jackson. And stolen by Gay. DeRozan against Anderson. And DeRozan with the basket on the assist from Gay. And that's 10 points for DeMar DeRozan. Inside, here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
An improved playmaker who does a solid job distributing the rock. Don't sleep on Brooks' vision.
Gay dishes to Mills. Kicks it out to Gay. Valanciunas grabs the board. Valanciunas has got 7 rebounds in the game. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. San Antonio making a switch here. Walker's checked in. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Here is Forbes. Brooks covering. And the rejection by Valanciunas. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And the Spurs with possession. Fourth. San Antonio again missing. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Spurs. White comes in for Rudy Gay. And Murray subbed in for Bryn Forbes. Pass to Morant. And finished off by Morant.
That's a Ja Morant special. Ripping the hearts out of the opponent.
And White kicks to Walker. 6 on the shot clock. Count!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
Brooks finds Jackson. Now Morant. DeRozan defending. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
And what really separates Morant? The intangibles. He has a great camaraderie with his teammates already. They get what they want out of that trip. Now a 2-possession game.
Always going up for the alley-oop here. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Valanciunas passes to Anderson. Takes the assist and lays it in. Pick out the pass nicely.
Thanks to Kyle Anderson's size advantage over most of his matchups, he's an effective interior scoring option.
Here's Morant off the inbound pass. But they get it back. To the left wing. Anderson wide open. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That's foul number 2 for him. And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for the Spurs. They trail by 6. And it's Murray penetrating. Back to White. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Anderson. Up and in on the layup.
No, but sometimes you don't need a haymaker. Just a jab. You got to get those easy looks inside.
So it's Memphis picking up the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Chris.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
They are returning in 2K21. Blake, I know you play my team. What were some of your favorite Evo cards this year?
Yeah, big my team guy. My favorite throughout the year was probably the Nate Robinson evolution card. I got him all the way up to a pink diamond, and you know, I love Nate, loved when he was playing, and just getting him back in the game and getting to dunk on people was awesome. And then another, I mean, you and I, big Kobe fan.
New Orleans, the good Friday night to you sports fans.
Well, after all,
they are fun to watch, that's for sure, Dave. Thank you. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for him.
And a promising trend this month is the rise in his effective field goal percentage. He's showing a lot of smarts. Shot selection has been tremendous, and it's helped his numbers a ton.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Jakob Poeltl out there at DeRozan. Then there's Murray. Then it's White. And it's Walker in at the 3 spot. And for the Pelicans, Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. And it's Ball in at the point guard position. Here are the Spurs with the ball. And for all the drama surrounding Lonzo Ball's entrance into the NBA, one thing is for certain, he can play.
And Lonzo will always have the media attention, but the fact is he is a very talented player. His playmaking and passing was as elite as advertised from day one. Starting to find his spots on how he can score for himself. But everything else with his game is what you'd want from an elite point guard.
Yep, it counts.
And when Poeltl sees one of his guys wide open, he whips it his way. He's all for doing what's best for the team.
Now here is Holiday. He's coming off a 37-point game against Sacramento.
Well, the thing he did most was fluster the defense. I really liked how he showed no fear and constantly attacked the lane and drew contact, which in turn got him the free throw.
What amazes me about watching Williamson, his lift into the air, it's so effortless.
Murray, no good. The Pelicans have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Holiday dishes to Williamson. Here's White. It's good from long range.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Yeah, defense has got to be a little bit better, especially when he's looking to fire from that distance.
Now here's Favors. To the paint. It's stolen by DeRozan. White against Ball. Walker's shot is off. So Favors will bring it up for New Orleans. It's a 3-point game. Back to Holiday. Pass to Williamson. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Williamson's got his second bucket of the night.
Not sure how he saw that there. Holiday with a firm understanding how to get the ball to an open teammate.
And the rejection by Favors.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Here's DeRozan. Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you've got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession.
Brent, you know, the moving screen is one of those very difficult judgment calls, isn't it?
It's a tough one, Kevin, but what do you look for all the time in replays when you see that call? It's almost like the salsa. I'm looking at the hips and the feet. If the feet are too wide, and Kevin Garnett was the biggest problematic moving screen setter that I ever saw, being 6'11" and spreading out those sticks of his. But if the feet go wider than the shoulder, impossible. And then the hip move as the defender is moving around the screener, just enough of a nudge for him not to be able to catch up.
Yes.
Those are the ones where the referees, I think, are most in tune to in order to blow the whistle.
Now here's DeRozan. He had 13 points in the win against Dallas.
And guys, what impressed me most was his passing. He constantly looked for the open man and found guys in great spots.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Poeltl. Bellinelli comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Mills in for Murray. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep. The Spurs getting another chance here. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall. The drive by Redick. Kicks it to Hayes. Back to Redick. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Last outing for the Pelicans, it was a loss to the Kings in Sacramento. Bellinelli with the three. It's rebounded by Hayes. New Orleans in the lead. Now here's Redick, the fast break opportunity. Here's Hart. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Yeah, Redick more than happy to get off the ball that time and spot the open man.
And there's the pass to Gay. And here's Mills from the arc. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Hayes. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Zeller grabs the board.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Here's Gay. It's blocked, and he recovers it. The three from Mills. No good on the last second attempt there. It's a tie game in New Orleans.
Let's hear it for you.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
They've got Jackson. He's out there with Hart. Then there's Okafor, and it's Redick in at the 2. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter. Gay kicks to Forbes. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
A whole new cast of characters for the Pelicans. 3 promising first-round picks, Greg, and the young players acquired from the Lakers and veterans like Favors and Redick.
All of a sudden, a wealth of options for Alvin Gentry. Time will tell how they did in the AD trade, but it seems like they're off to a nice start.
And that one's good by Gay.
Adept at converting at the mid-range. Rudy Gay, when he gets room to shoot, he's not going to think about it 2 times.
And Hayes throws it down.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. On the wing, Bellinelli. Good on the three-point shot. Bellinelli's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. The Pelicans have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Redick finds Okafor. He's looking for Hayes and finds him. The rebound by the Spurs. Their last encounter was in New Orleans, where they were able to handle the Pelicans.
And that last one came right down to the wire. The difference for me being the impact they got from their bench.
Yeah, without the scoring they got from that second unit, that is not a game they would have won. They needed every one of those points that they got off the bench.
From 7, and there's Jackson on the assist by Hayes. Jackson's got his first 2 points.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Passes it to Bellinelli. Zeller trying to free himself up. Bellinelli gets the bucket.
Yeah, and Bellinelli, very creative, has that ability to get into the heart of the defense.
Jackson passes to Hayes. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Hayes has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
And Mills kicks to Bellinelli. No good off the back of the rim.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Holiday comes in for Jackson. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for San Antonio. Derek White comes in for Bryn Forbes. Zeller grabs the board. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Now here is Holiday. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Fires it up. And again, New Orleans has no luck. For San Antonio, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far.
Well, Drew Holiday and his brother Justin had some hard-fought games in the driveway. I know a little bit about that. We never ever finished those games, Kevin. Too much fighting going on. And by the end of it, both Drew and Justin Holiday find themselves in the NBA.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. And DeRozan kicks to Zeller. Gay with it. A 17-point game for him in the win against Dallas. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Puts up a three. And it's DeRozan missing. And Brent, that fierce, competitive nature for Drew Holiday, still there to this day.
So much talk from his coach, Alvin Gentry, about Drew working himself constantly to exhaustion, just continuing to push the limits and to sit at his locker, take a long shower. He doesn't want to move till his body recovers. He knows how important this game is to him and how important now he is to the Pelican franchise moving forward.
In transition, here comes San Antonio. Wasted no time on that one. Mills has got 6.
And just a great second quarter for them after such a difficult first, bringing that field goal percentage up from below 30 and now with the lead.
Back to Okafor. New Orleans moving it around. Here's Hayes. No one on him, and he makes the easy one. Hayes has got 8 points in the quarter.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Hart kicks to Ingram. Shoots over DeRozan. Again, the Pelicans score.
And you have to love seeing Ingram knock down the mid-range J. Lethal.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille. A competitive matchup for New Orleans in the first quarter. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all. And that's a
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Brent, when it comes to moving around in tight quarters without a lot of space, who's the quickest player that you have seen in a half-court set this year?
Still remarkable to watch where it is that Kyrie Irving can get to on the floor in any sort of possession. It's like he could take 50 dribbles in a phone booth and find a way out of it, spinning around and finding gaps within the defense.
What a handle.
But it's not his handle with just the one hand, right, Kevin? It's about he has an idea of after he does the moves around the traffic, when he gets into the basket, multiple ways of finishing, much like Rod Strickland, who's a tremendous finisher in his days years and years ago. Kyrie's got a lot of that in his game.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. We've got White. Pirtle is out there with DeRozan. Then there's Murray. And it's Walker in at the small forward.
That's a beautiful shot there for Drew. Defenses have to account for Drew Holiday out there behind the arc.
And it's DeRozan missing. Pelicans leading by 7. And here is Ball. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Favors finds Holiday. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Murray. From deep, Walker. Ball with the rebound. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them.
And the advantage they have starting to increase. Things are coming together for them at a really opportune time.
Coaches always talk about the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. They have definitely increased their energy level here.
And Pirtle is always a threat to come away with offensive rebounds thanks to his amazing timing, especially when the D fails to box him out.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And the contract structure for NBA first-rounders, 2 years guaranteed, 2 years of team options, qualifying offer. Brent, should we consider changing that up?
I think it's working pretty well, Kevin. I think every front office is out there trying to find players out there that are giving you value beyond your contract. And that happens a lot when you're a team that has a first-round pick, 1 through 10, 1 through 20, and you hit on a draft choice. You potentially could get 3 years and sometimes 4 when you have incredible players coming into the league as their first year, changing franchises around. But a player that's providing way more value than the contract that they're getting at that time. So I don't see that changing much. It gives teams a long enough time to evaluate the talent coming in.
Seems to be working.
It does. And the players that prove it are looking at the calendar saying, did I fast forward 3 years? Because I really like to cash in on what I'm doing for you. Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Murray dishes to Bellinelli. His 3-pointers off the mark.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And the dunk by Williamson.
And this is what we came to see, right? Go ahead, Zion. Do your thing on the alley-oop.
DeRozan against Redick. Murray right side. And it's off from 3-point range. On offense here are the Pelicans. They're on a 15-3 run. And it's Melly missing.
That's not going to make you a favorite target of your teammates. They'll think twice about feeding you if you're going to keep missing layups.
Yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from DeRozan. The Pelicans have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Ball with it, now guarded by Murray. Redick for 3. That shot is off. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one, and that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. And Forbes kicks to DeRozan. Here's Murray. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
To the right side. Hart the pass to Melly. Back to Hart. Lays it up off the glass. Hart's got 6.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
For 3, Murray. Rebounded by Hart.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Yeah, you got to like how he hustled to guard out on the perimeter, definitely respecting the shooting ability.
Ball kicks to Williamson. Rebounded by the Spurs. Here is Forbes. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Pass to Bellinelli. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Here's Ball. And that one released in time, but no good. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. New Orleans on top, ending the third quarter with a tremendous. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle. Well, you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. So for New Orleans right now, Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. At the forward slots, Ingram and Melly. And it's Favors in at the 5, patrolling the paint.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in.
Good job of using quickness in transition. Like to see Rudy Gay out there running hard in the lane.
Pelicans leading by 8. To the inside. Here's Favors. Drops in the layup for 2.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
Here's Ball. And it's White with the rebound.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Takes a three. No good that time. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. Pirtle with the steal. Outside, White. Walker against Ball. Now here's Mills. Not a lot of room. And now the Pelicans on the break. And Pirtle sends it back.
Wonderful anticipation from Pirtle on that one, positioning himself perfectly to send that one back.
Out to Ingram. Clock at 6. Back to Holiday. To the middle and stolen by Gay. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Walker leading the charge.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Mills with it, working on Favors, and he's able to get it back. Mills in the corner, shoots the three. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better.
Here's Favors. Rebounded by the Spurs. Gay's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And it's Walker penetrating. Lays it up and banks it in. Walker's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Spurs. And so Holiday will bring it up for New Orleans. Here's Melly. Here's Favors. And a slam dunk by Favors.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
Here's Gay. Misses off the right iron. Pelicans leading by 10. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Williamson is checked in for the Pelicans. Reddick comes in for Drew Holiday. Then for the Spurs, DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for Gay. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Patty Mills. And that one, good. 14 points for Zion Williamson.
And normal physicality doesn't get it done with Williamson. To stop him from scoring, you really have to up the ante and get him before he hits that launching pad.
Ball dishes to Williamson. Back to Ball from outside the arc. But they recover it. It's good on the putback. Williamson's got the lead up to 14 now for the Pelicans.
And the offensive skill set Williamson has off the charts. And the scary thing is, guys, he's only going to keep getting better.
Count it.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Pelicans.
And it may be a comfortable win for him, but they had to weather a few storms along the way, and that's all part of the story.
Yeah, Kevin, this was by no means the runaway that it might appear to be. It was a scrappy performance, though, all the way through.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29. And looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Zion Williamson.
Well, a consistent intensity is what he brought to the floor here. He hit the glass hard, and he came up with a ton of rebounds.
Right side, DeRozan. Spurs passing it around. And it's White missing. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
Ingram kicks the ball. Pulls up. Offensive rebound. Favors. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Jakob Poeltl.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And that one falls for Favors.
At the line for 2.
And so Favors nails both of them. And here are the Spurs. They trail by 14. Outside, Walker. The tray. Okafor grabs the miss. Jackson looking it over. Dishes it to Okafor. Here's Favors. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The first one falls for him. And so Favors nails both of them. Now Mills fires from deep. Misses the shot. So we see the Pelicans taking the W here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
So that Evo Kobe, it's free, and he gets all the way up to an opal. So, I mean, come on, you can't beat that.
Yeah, that was some of the best My Team stuff, in my opinion. All those Kobe challenges to overcome and evolve that card. Now, we've also heard that My Team Unlimited is returning for NBA 2K21. Did you get any details on that, Blake?
Yeah, Unlimited is coming back for sure, and there's also going to be new ways to compete as well.
And the starting lineups have concluded. So
it's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Hey, Dave.
Well, guys,
a proud franchise. Thank you, David. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for him.
And a promising trend this month is the rise in his effective field goal percentage. He's showing a lot of smarts. Shot selection has been tremendous, and it's helped his numbers a ton.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul. And it's Dort in at the small forward position. And for San Antonio, we've got Jakob Poeltl. Murray out there with White. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Walker in at the 3. They grab their own miss. Here's Poeltl. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Poeltl's got the first basket of the game for San Antonio. Ball against Murray. Paul can't get it to go.
Well, the Thunder begin on the defensive end of the floor. This is a team whose formula is to force a ton of turnovers, come up with steals, get out in transition. Last year, 4th in the league in defensive rating.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp. Yeah, 2 turnovers already in just the first few minutes. Clearly a bit careless. They need him to refocus. Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
White. Offline with his 3. And for the Thunder defense, Doris, it starts with their rebound.
Well, you have to begin with their strong interior defense. That lets their wings get out and pressure and take some chances. Defense has turned into a pillar for this team.
Here's Murray, the Thunder making the shot. Pass to White. Outside, Walker. Shot clock at 6. Now the pass to DeRozan. And another turnover here by San Antonio. The Thunder have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Paul looking around. Fires the 3. DeRozan with the rebound. For San Antonio, they've gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Left side, Walker. Pass to DeRozan. White inside. Adams on him. And DeRozan kicks to Murray. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Paul outside. Passes it to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Paul. Inside. And Gallinari throws it down.
The vision, the timelessness of Chris Paul's game for many years. He's made everyone around him better.
Ball against Murray. Kicks it to Poeltl. Right side, White. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. They could use a bucket and finished off by Walker.
And this is some serious showmanship. Loving that tomahawk right there.
Greg, he came with force, and that's not just about getting 2 points. That was sending, I think, a message. Paul. Gallinari. And it's Gallinari on the follow. Gallinari's got his second basket.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Now here's Murray. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Walker. There's the feed to DeRozan. Comes up empty down low.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Gallinari outside. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
Now here's Paul. He's coming off a 28-point game against Utah.
He was also an excellent setup man as well. This guy was cutting the defense to shreds with incredible passing.
Here's Walker. Gallinari making his last shot. Shot's good by Walker. Walker's got his second bucket of the night. The Thunder leading by 6. Paul outside. Left side, Adams. Dishes it to Paul. 5 to shoot. He makes that one drop, only a second and 5 tries.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Walker's shot is off. Now Gallinari. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Gallinari's got 8.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
They have used.
So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. Oklahoma City out in front, up 10. And back in a moment.
It's been a sort of long.
And you see that a lot nowadays. Star players developing friendships and GAs spending time with each other off the floor.
Yeah, some people hate it because they want that bad blood you used to see, but no reason you have to hate someone to really compete against them.
And we return to the second quarter, and no Jay Latino. Specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And when you consider how the Thunder are doing, guys, what do you think?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
They've got Bellinelli, Tyler Zeller out there with Rudy Gay, and it's Mills, and it's Forbes in at the 2. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with. Of course, the playoff seedings still jumbled a bit up in the air. Just how important you think it is to get home court advantage in the NBA playoffs in this era.
Historically speaking, Kevin, as you know, home court advantage is absolutely monumental, and it doesn't matter the round of the playoffs. Could be a conference semifinal or an NBA final. If you come down to a Game 7, that home court advantage can be the difference between winning and losing. You want as much in your favor, Kevin, as you know, going into the postseason.
Pass to Muscala, and here's Schroeder. That one a little long. Spurs trail by 12. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Mike Muscala. That is his first foul of the game. And the Thunder making a change here. Robertson, he's checked in. Here is Forbes. He's guarded by Diallo. Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession.
And here's a look at the stats for Dennis Schroeder. Really been a key contributor over the past month. Averaging about 18 points per, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. He's been nothing short of fantastic during that stretch. Offense coming very easily for him.
And so much of it, to me, is his ability to read the floor, make the right decision, and then go right after the action he wants.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Forbes. The pass to Zeller. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Teams that make their free throws, they're so tough down the stretch. Let's check out the best. The Spurs second.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want to foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
Here's Schroeder, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Rudy Gay.
This is where the speed of Dennis Schroeder comes into play. When he's moving like this, the defender is in a tough spot.
Greg, last season, Dennis Schroeder transitioning to more of a 6-man role with the Thunder.
And for his first go at that role, I thought Schroeder looked really good. He's always been able to score and create. And coming off the bench might be the best spot for him.
Pass to Diallo. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Doris, isn't it interesting that we're seeing some teams with more three-point attempts than two-point attempts?
It's incredible, Kevin, that every year over the last decade you see more three-point attempts across all 30 NBA teams. And think about the Houston Rockets. In each of the last 2 years, the Rockets have actually taken more threes than twos. This is the evolution of the game. It is not going anywhere. There's two high-valued shots in the league. Restricted area twos, that means point-blank opportunities at the rim, and three-point shots. And everything else in between seems to be getting lost.
Schroeder looking around, shoots over Mills. The Thunder with another miss.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Gay can't hit. The Thunder leading by 17. Robertson the pass to Diallo. Back to Robertson. 6 to shoot. Here's Noel. Nice move. Zeller grabs the board. And so it's Mills who will bring it up for San Antonio. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one, and that will be the third of 5 straight played at home. The Thunder have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Robertson, 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Here's Mills. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
Schroeder outside. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
Now here's Mills. He's guarded by Schroeder. Forbes the pass to Mills. Shoots over Schroeder. The Thunder pull it in. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz. Here's Diallo. Makes it off the glass.
A lot to like about the way they're playing right now, but still plenty of time left.
You do like that the offense is humming along. They're putting in the effort to distance themselves.
And Mills kicks to Forbes. Down low. Bellinelli gets the bucket. Bellinelli's got his first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, and Bellinelli, very creative, has that ability to get into the heart of the defense.
Schroeder outside, fires for 3. There's his third field goal, and now he's made half of his 6 shots.
Of the 2 offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
To the inside. A slam dunk by Diallo.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, Oklahoma City has the edge here at halftime. They are completely in control of the game. And that should...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. One guy who's been getting it done is Dennis Schroeder.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So for Oklahoma City right now, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous Alexander out there with Paul, and it's Dort in at the 3 spot. Gallinari trying to get open. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. And San Antonio shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. And Murray with the second chance points.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Ball finds Adams. And here comes White, leading the fast break. Here's DeRozan. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. The Thunder leading by 20. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. The three. Walker with the rebound. San Antonio's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Wide open look here for Murray. The shot that time not on target. And the Thunder going the other way now. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. Perhaps no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon, and even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
Walker with it. He's picked up by Paul. Paul with the steal. Dort passes to Adams. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Rudy Gay's checked in for Lonnie Walker. Terrence Ferguson's checked in for the Thunder. The steal. And here we go. Gallinari heading to the hoop. Crafty move. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Gallinari's got 10 points.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Spurs have gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. DeRozan. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Passes it to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Paul. Out to the right wing. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Paul against Murray. Just 4 to shoot. And the layup's good off the glass. He's got 6.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
There's the triple. Drops in the tray. Murray's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, this is where DeMar DeRozan proves he is the real deal. Not only a skilled scorer, skilled at finding his teammates as well.
58 seconds left here in the third quarter. Paul from deep three-point land. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. To the paint. Here's Murray. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Murray's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish. They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
White left side. Here's Pirtle. He can't hit that time. So the Thunder will take it the other way. And Derek White picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Spurs. Bryn Forbes comes in for White, and it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Noel's checked in for Steven Adams. Muscala comes in for Gallinari. Robertson, he's checked in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Chris Paul. For Oklahoma City, they have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Gay outside. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
So I think it kills your energy, and it certainly kills your momentum.
He's off on that one. And so it's Oklahoma City holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. Their defense is... And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Johnson is out there with Mills. Then it's Tyler Zeller. Then there's Bellinelli. And it's Zamanic in at the 4. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
The pass to Ferguson. Nobody near Schroeder. Off target from three-point range. Schroeder's gotten 3 of his 8 shots to go, around 37%. No doubt passing is a premium for this team game of the NBA. We love the individual star power, but it is a team game. Are there any playmakers out there that don't get, Doris, you think, enough credit for all that they do for their team?
Well, the first guy that comes to mind is a man that Steve Kerr described as probably the smartest single basketball player he has ever been around, and that's Andre Iguodala. The numbers in terms of his scoring, obviously not eye-popping, but his incredible defense and then his elite passing skills have been so critical to so many championship teams. How about the laser focus on that jump shot? Pays no attention to the nearest defender.
Inside, Ferguson, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
We are talking about a very solid passer at his position. Schroeder identifying an open teammate.
The 3 from Mills. It's rebounded by Schroeder, and it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. The shot's good from Robertson.
How about the long strides on his way to the cup? Andre Robertson sees the lane and takes it.
Here's Mills, and he uses the glass on the layup. Mills has got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, they're trying to establish their attack down in the paint, and make no mistake, these help their overall confidence.
Here's Robertson, drills the three-pointer.
Well, this is crucial. If Andre Robertson can consistently make shots from deep, boys, wow, his value skyrockets.
Pass to Bellinelli. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. And stolen by Robertson. It's Schroeder with the drive. Pass to Nader. Back to Schroeder. Lays it up and banks it in.
Well, you have to take advantage of the chippies when you get them. Nice job by Dennis Schroeder in close.
It's picked off. Pass to Robertson. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the fourth.
2 minutes.
Schroeder dishes to Robertson. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Shot clock at 5. Goes up on the wing. And it's Schroeder missing. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Doris, do you have high hopes for the new draft lottery system to keep every team competitive to the very end of the season?
Well, one of the keys in implementing this new draft lottery system was to make sure that the bottom 3 teams were given equal opportunity to get that top draft choice. I think you did see it have some effect on play and teams trying to be competitive while understanding they're still going to have an opportunity to build their team through the draft. But here's the reality. The NBA has got to be under review constantly. There's a process in play. It's one of the most proactive leagues in the country in terms of always looking for little things to make sure their game is the best it can be.
Attention to detail. Well said.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
.116 left here in the fourth quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Thunder.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And this will make it 21 victories for them on the year. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Gallinari.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
Another shot, and the pass to Nader. Beyond the arc, gets the three-pointer to fall.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes, Greg, when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
Pass to Samanic. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Diallo. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. This crowd, all right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Greg.
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Compete as well, so you're going to want to keep your eyes out for that.
Blake, you and I know the community loves that competition in My Team. What did the devs give you in terms of insight into competitive My Team?
Well, you will be
one of the best, the lively. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out west. The season nearly complete. You look at the Grizzlies. They're good enough for 8th place in the conference right now, looking to hold on to that. And, of course, the Spurs. And they're down 4 spots from them.
And, guys, when you look at Memphis, they've been strong at times this season, but they still have some hope. I think they're a playoff caliber team. I just don't think they're a championship caliber team.
This has been the thought all along. They have enough to compete night in and night out. They're not taking 4 out of 7 from a top team in this league. No way.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Anderson in at the 3 slot. And for the Spurs, you've got Jakob Poeltl. Murray out there with White. Then it's DeRozan. And it's Walker in at the 3, the small forward. Brooks misses. Poked away. The pass to Jackson. Poeltl with the steal. Walker the pass to DeRozan.
This is no surprise. With his athleticism, DeRozan, one of the league's best at getting to the line. Well, the first 9 seasons of DeMar DeRozan's career in Toronto, it had become home for him. Last season, the adversity of a trade that sent him to San Antonio.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. And here's Morant. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Portland. And Smitty, a real adjustment for DeRozan, leaving behind the only NBA team he had ever known after so long.
Yeah, he's been instrumental in taking the Raptors franchise to new heights. A lot of emotions. I think he understands he's going to grow from that experience. Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tip-in.
No good from Valanciunas.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
Trying his luck from deep. Brooks grabs the board. The Grizzlies have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. It's Brooks on the wing. And the 3 ball is good.
And the lid comes off the basket after 4 straight misses. They finally get one.
Murray right side. It's over Morant. Murray, no good.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
And a wide open look for Valanciunas. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks.
Stretching the floor, the new concept for Valanciunas. In his first 5 years, he attempted just 4 triples total.
Now here's White. A 14-point game for him in the win against Dallas.
He was a shot-blocking nightmare out there. 4 blocks on the game and some alter shots as well.
Here's Jackson following the 3-pointer by San Antonio. And that one's good. Morant. Steve, the league has broadened the definition of clear path foul. Think that'll discourage the ramp-up fouls that stop those fast breaks?
Yeah, I think so, because the guy's coming downhill with that type of force. And if you do wrap him up, and sometimes your coaches want you to because of the situation, but it's hard, and it could create a lot of injuries. So I do like the clear path fouls.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Here's Murray. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Finding a soft spot in the belly of that defense. Murray taking full advantage.
Pass to Morant. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Brooks with it. He's picked up by Walker. Shot clock at 6. Here's Anderson. And it's White with the rebound. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jaren Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Spurs. Rudy Gay's checked in for Lonnie Walker. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Derek White. Now here's Murray. 7 points in the game. Passes to DeRozan. And the dunk by DeRozan.
I mean, that's a nice find by Murray. He has the height to see the floor, and his awareness continues to grow.
Back to Allen. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. No good from Clark.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
Out to DeRozan. Got a hand on it. 20 seconds left to play in the first. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Man, if Clark ever hits that shot with consistency, watch out. That's a game changer.
Pass to Purtle. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. .11 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Allen surveying the D. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so the first quarter comes to a close. Both. And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for San Antonio, they've got Bellinelli. Zeller is out there with Rudy Gay. Then it's Mills. And it's Forbes in at the shooting guard position. And San Antonio has possession after Memphis gets the three. Back to Bellinelli. Here's the three. The Spurs rebound. Gay kicks to Forbes. 5 on the clock. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Three-pointer. Mills can't hit. Memphis leading by 3. The 55th pick back in 2009. These picks don't hit very often, but Greg Patty Mills now with a decade in the NBA.
6'0". And that may be generous. The Australian Mills, a dangerous pull-up shooter, and he does not back down.
San Antonio with the ball, following the score by Memphis. Bellinelli chipped back in for 2. Bellinelli's got his first points in this one.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Now here's Allen. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
Oh, the one-hand tomahawk, guys. Somebody's going to get their feelings hurt.
Yeah, they got the entire bench up right there as they saw that and out of their chairs.
One of the best standstill shooters in the league. Mills getting better at scoring off the dribble.
Here's Melton, covered by Mills. Shot from free throw range, and that one hits back iron. Spurs trail by 3. Forbes the pass to Zeller, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Zeller's got his first bucket of the night.
Cutting his teeth in the Spurs system, Forbes has improved at keeping his eyes up and finding the open man.
Allen drives in. Here's Jang. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Now here's Mills. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Dallas. The shot's good from Forbes.
Shooting over 43% from distance during his college career. This is Forbes' specialty.
Allen dishes to Jang. Back to Allen. Now the pass to Melton. Here's Clark, covered by Mills. All alone. No good from Clark.
Everything worked except for the outcome. You want him to shoot that every time.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Pirtle, he's checked in for Tyler Zeller. DeRozan comes in for Marco Bellinelli. White, he's checked in for Brent Forbes. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Patty Mills. Pirtle's shot is off. Memphis has gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. Well, the Grizzlies' coaching search took 2 months. They finally settled on Taylor Jenkins, a former assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jenkins, with an economics degree from Penn, fits the young academic profile of this Memphis front office. Worked for the Spurs 6 years as an assistant under Mike Budenholzer, who was the coach of the year in 2019. That pedigree helped him get the job.
Right, the pass to Pirtle. Spurs working the ball around now. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. That's 7 points for DeMar DeRozan. Anderson with the ball. No points in the game yet for him. Pass to Valanciunas. Kicks to Morant. Back to Valanciunas. Here's Morant. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. The Spurs shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws. 81% as a team.
Walker's checked in for the Spurs. And both free throws good for White. The Grizzlies trail by 4.
Got to run the clock and wait
for the last shot.
Yes, you do, but it's a dilemma. If you get a great look earlier in the clock, do you take it?
Here's Morant. The Grizzlies with another miss. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, a pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. So nothing seemed to give way on either side of the score. And that...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. It's been quite a game for DeJounte Murray.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
You know, you almost take it for granted. You look at his numbers from the first half, they're just expected at this point.
So on the floor for Memphis, Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Anderson in at the small forward. Defensively, Smitty, why do we see more full-court press in college than we do in the NBA?
You know, the guards are better at the NBA level. And I think also your five-man, who usually a guy who can't bring it up, they're pretty good at the NBA level. Just overall, Kevin, the skill level at the NBA level is better at college, so you can't really trap guys and pick on one guy who's not equipped.
Basket good. Murray's got the lead up to 8 now for San Antonio.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
Now here's Valanciunas, and you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Deep two from Murray. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. And so Brooks will bring it up for the Grizzlies. It's off to Utah for him after this as they take on the Jazz. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip.
Getting himself to the rim, Anderson continually finds ways to impact the game.
Now here's White. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And Murray, here we go. Here's Walker, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Brooks misses. San Antonio leading by 5.
And you look at all the under-the-radar prospects that have found success with the Spurs. How do they keep hitting on all these players other teams have missed?
They do a great job with their player development. They also do a great job identifying players with great character. They have guys who work extremely hard. They have great coaching, and they teach. But more importantly, what they do, GA, they give you confidence. And that's where I think the Spurs separate from other organizations.
And Clark slams it in.
And all of his athleticism on display there. Clark's work ethic makes him lethal on that offensive backcourt.
Now here's Mills. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. And Forbes has it in the corner. And that one drops. Forbes has got 5.
Absorbing contact on the shot. Forbes with the concentration to where it doesn't matter.
Here's Brooks, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on DeRozan.
The Spurs with the league's longest active playoff streak, 22 years and running, not to mention 5 titles in that span. No wonder the Spurs are viewed as the league's model franchise.
Now here's Zeller. Now Mills. Dishes it to DeRozan. That one misses. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Well, Steve, the Spurs are so well run. If they played in a top 5 market, they might be the most popular team in the NBA by now.
You know what, Kevin? They probably would, but this is the way this organization likes it. They like to be quiet and under the radar. They like to sustain success, and they like to build a great culture. At the same time, the small market is really a part of their culture.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And finished off by Morant.
How about the authority from Morant? The way he was running, you knew he was aiming to shatter the rim.
Walker. It's rebounded by Memphis. A three-pointer off the mark.
It's so hard to keep the defense honest when you miss wide open looks like that.
Here is Forbes. Brooks covering. Back to Forbes. He kicks it to Mills. Outside, Walker. For the 3. Walker missing again. The Grizzlies trail by 4. Here's Clark, and Clark slams it in.
And have to commend the unselfish attitude. Like how Morant just recognized the open man, and the ball was right there.
Mills looking it over. No good with the layup. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. It's San Antonio. They lead by a bucket. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. We've got Derek White. Rudy Gay is out there with Pirtle. Then there's Bellinelli, and it's Murray in at the point. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Gay, that's good.
And that's just a good-looking shot. Gay's always had a good-looking jumper.
Here's Melton over Murray. Melton, no good.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Murray dishes to Gay. And he gets the bucket. Now it's a 6-point Spurs lead.
Getting it done inside. Rudy Gay not just floating around the perimeter.
Here's Melton. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Now here's Murray. Passes it to Pirtle. Kicks it to White. Gay inside. He gets that one. Gay's got 6 here in this quarter. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Anderson outside. Melton passes to Brooks. Pass to Clark. And here's Anderson from the arc. Hits it from three-point range.
So much of Anderson's future value is tied to the improvement he makes with the three-point shot.
Murray outside. The dish to Gay. Out to White, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Gay.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
San Antonio making a switch here. Walker's checked in. Then for the Grizzlies, Jonas Valanciunas comes in for Clark. And it's Morant in for DeAnthony Melton. It's good, and the San Antonio lead is cut to just one on the basket from Morant.
Gotta love watching Morant get after it. He goes all out. Tank, never on empty.
Buries it from three-point range.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
And Derek White picks up the foul. That's his first foul. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Here's Jackson. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. And here is Murray. Shoots from 14, and the Spurs scoring again.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
1:57 left in the fourth quarter. Valanciunas, good.
Huge bucket there from the big Lithuanian. Valanciunas is stepping up.
Outside, Walker. He feeds it to Pirtle. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Here's Morant. But they'll get another chance. And Pirtle pulls it down. San Antonio leading by 6. And Walker throws it down.
What vision from Pirtle, getting the pass over to the wide open man.
Here's Anderson, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
Careless turnover. You lose focus for even a moment in this league. That's the result.
DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Rudy Gay. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Clark, he's checked in for Jackson. The pass to Pirtle. Now DeRozan. The baseline J. And no good that time. The Grizzlies trail by 8. And Valanciunas kicks to Clark. Can't cash in from close range.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
You know what he did? He timed it well and did a good job of contesting without committing the foul.
And Derek White picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Anderson outside. Pass to Valanciunas. Shoots. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Morant. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
I can't wait to see Murray reach his full potential. Reason why? Because he has a lot of it.
And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. Down low. Here's Clark. Shooting foul. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Mills with it. And so it's San Antonio with the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah.
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
You will be competing for championship rings in NBA 2K21. That's it. That's all I can say, but there will be more ways to play and compete in my team.
I like the sound of that.
I know something that we're really excited about is that your progress carries over from current gen to next gen.
Yeah, that's big. I mean, you can start playing on current gen on September 4th and, get...
To a man, the Pelicans looking intent on getting a win. And as they... Well, what a great attitude. He is a monster on defense. David, thank you. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for DeRozan.
And he's fallen out of favor a little bit in their offense, at least compared to how he was being used earlier in the season. His usage percentage is down over the past 5 games. Maybe he'll be more involved here tonight.
And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. And it's Ball in at the 1. And for the Spurs, DeJounte Murray is out there with White. Then it's DeRozan. Then there's Jakob Poeltl. And it's Walker in at small forward.
And how much fun is it to watch this kid? I call Zion Williamson a kid, even though he goes about 280. And he has a certain composure that really belies his years.
Now Murray. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Clock at 6. And the rejection by Favors. And they get it back. Poeltl's shot is off.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And with Williamson, it's not just the obvious stuff that impresses you, Greg. It's the little things as well, the attention to detail.
You know, Kevin, one thing that stands out to me, every time I see this young man, the eye-hand coordination. Whether it's on steals, deflections, block shots, he always seems to pick it clean.
And finished off by DeRozan.
And when Hurdle sees a guy on his team open, he finds him right away, whipping that pass there directly.
The putback, and there's Favors putting it right back in.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Walker. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. DeRozan scanning the floor. Here's Murray.
And so far, having trouble converting on the inside.
Yeah, those are the shots you want, but they've been trickling out on them, guys. They've just got to stay with it. Persist in getting those good shots inside, and they'll try.
Greg DeRozan watching a ton of films of guys like Andre Miller and Sam Cassell operating in the pick and roll.
Not only that, Kevin, to strengthen his left hand, he'd use it for daily activities like writing, leaving no stone unturned to become an expert initiator.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Pass to Pirtle. Over Williamson. DeRozan's shot is good. DeRozan's got 5 now.
Boy, that looks like a scouting report breakdown there. I mean, the defense has to know where DeRozan wants to do the most work. That's his sweet spot there.
Now here's Favors. It's stolen by DeRozan. And Walker with a clear path to the hoop. And the dunk by Walker.
And that's how you do it, guys. Ball pressure and then get some runouts.
Holiday finds Favors. Here's Williamson. And the dunk by Williamson.
And the defense learned a valuable lesson there. Don't let Williamson get to that launching pad around the rim.
Here's White. The shot will not fall. Some solid defense from Ingram. Ball, the pass to Williamson. And DeRozan sends it back. Here's Favors. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed. Spurs trail by 6. Outside DeRozan. And beyond the arc, sinks the three-pointer. He's got 8.
You know, when DeRozan's able to connect from there, it really opens up the floor for his teammates.
Ingram against Walker. Favors passes to Williamson. The putback. And Pirtle pulls it down. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
Well, you throw it his way, and DeRozan's going to capitalize. When he takes off, he's looking to throw it down with no hesitation.
Back to Walker. A 3-ball. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. To the middle. Here's Williamson.
And
yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. A good game. Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court right now for the Spurs, Tyler Zeller out there with Rudy Gay. And it's Mills. Then there's Bellinelli. And it's Forbes in at the shooting guard. Zone defense, Clark, being played now by a lot of teams. It's amazing that even with that, the point totals just continue to rise.
And you know what? I attribute the point totals continuing to rise to a couple of things. One, the volume of three-point shots that are being taken. And I think teams are playing at a little faster pace universally. You don't see as much walking the ball up the floor as I think you may have seen in years past.
On the wing, Bellinelli. Here's Zeller. Passes it to Bellinelli. Good on the triple.
Bellinelli has a shooter's mentality, so you got to know where he is as soon as he catches the ball.
And Redick, here we go. Here's Favors. Good on the baseline, Jay. Favors got his second bucket tonight.
And that's an owner's manual possession to get them a good look there, Kevin.
Pass to Forbes. Mills in the corner. Lets it go from deep. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Jackson passes to Melly. Gay with the block.
Gay using his reach and bounce to perfection to block the shot.
Here's Hart. Bellinelli is covering. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
Mills looking it over. And again, it's San Antonio with a three.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Redick passes to Hart. Here's Melly. Bellinelli is covering.
Boy, Hart is one of those guys you look at and you can just see the team is first with him. Never hesitates to find the open guy.
And Forbes kicks to Mills. Back to Forbes. On the wing, Bellinelli. Drains the three-pointer. Bellinelli's got the lead up to 2 now for the Spurs.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Gay with the block. Now here's Mills, guarded by Jackson. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
San Antonio shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
And this year they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
And the Spurs, I've heard it said, the most process-oriented team in the league.
Well, that's an understanding of what it takes for them as a small market team to be successful. A good assessment of what they have to do as the San Antonio Spurs to be good. Scouting, coaching, chemistry, all part of that.
Redick for 3. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
You know, that's one of Redick's specialties there. I mean, you knock a shot down against his team, he's looking to come right back at you.
Here's Forbes. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Spurs.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, how about how well they defended the rim? Not just blocking shots, but also altering them here in this first half.
The pass to Bellinelli. And here is Zeller, guarded by Jackson. And Zeller kicks to Mills. And no good. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
How about that? Redick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his three-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime, though.
Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for the Spurs. DeMar DeRozan comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And the Pelicans making a change here as well. Holiday's checked in. He kicks to Redick. The three. And Poeltl pulls it down. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And here's Mills from the arc. Pelicans pull it in. Now here is Holiday. He's coming off a 37-point game against Sacramento.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
Right side, DeRozan. The shot from 20 feet away. Rebound by Drew Holiday. From deep three-point range. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Spurs lead by 4.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. Some good action during the period, as it was just a one-point game at the end of one. And that'll...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. It's been a clinic from Patty Mills.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
On the floor for Alvin Gentry as we get into the second half. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. And it's Ball in at the 1 spot. Murray finds Poeltl. Back to Murray. Fires from deep. And it's Ingram with the rebound. Pelicans trail by 4. It's stolen by DeRozan. Ball against White. He can't get that one to fall. New Orleans has gone 3-6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown.
You know, his teammates calling him the slender man. Brandon Ingram, not much more than 200 lbs, but adding strength has been a focus.
White drills it from outside. White's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Spurs. Double team on Holiday. Favors against Poeltl. Ball dishes to Favors. Tries again. That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Williamson.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backcourt.
And, Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
On the wing, DeRozan. From outside, off the mark. And with Brandon Ingram and his size, he could benefit from adding a few pounds.
Well, you know, his teammates call him Tiny Dog. Dog because of his determination. That's a positive thing. The tiny part in reference to his slight frame. Time to bulk it up, young fella. Weight room.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
And DeRozan sends it back.
Anytime DeRozan can come up for the block, gets the whole team energized. You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
Out to Favors. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Pass to Williamson. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. And that's now 10 points for Zion Williamson. And it's DeRozan with the ball for San Antonio. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one, and that'll be the middle game of their 5 and their longest homestand of the year. White, wide open, he fires. San Antonio again missing.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Murray, the pass to Poeltl. Here's Walker. Mark, you know, some players just don't need a lot of rest. They could play basketball all day, every day, and don't want to be taken out. They've all got a lot of engine in them.
Yeah, they do. 24/7 guys, we call them. They don't need a lot of fuel, and it seems like they never are out of fuel. Guys like Paul George and Russell Westbrook come to mind.
Spurs making a switch here. Bellinelli's checked in. Murray, no good.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
On the wing, Bellinelli. Just 5 to shoot. Outside DeRozan. Again, the miss by the Spurs. The Pelicans have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. And Holiday kicks to ball. Now here's Williamson. Bellinelli is covering. Here's Melly. Yep, that one goes in there. And it's a 3-point Pelican lead.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
White, good.
Boy, Murray's court vision very sharp, and he's unselfish too. You love seeing that combination.
Holiday dishes to Williamson. Holiday against White. Ball, the pass to Holiday. Here's Melly. Off target at the rim. Bellinelli with it. No good on the triple. Some impressive scoring, and we still have 1 quarter to go. Who will gain the upper hand in the fourth? Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. We've got Mills. Hurdle is out there with Rudy Gay. Then it's DeRozan. And it's Forbes in at the 2-guard spot. That's the San Antonio 5. And so he hits the technical free throw.
How about this for Bryn Forbes? Undrafted. He's come a long way. Quietly, he's one of the best three-point shooters in the game.
Passes to Purtle. Outside DeRozan. And DeRozan throws it down hard.
Well, I tell you what, DeRozan really packs a punch now. He's an explosive athlete with really good strength. I mean, he's got great size for a backcourt dominant scorer.
Ball gets to Okafor. Pass to Reddick. The feed to Hayes. Over Gay. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Rudy Gay.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Now here's Mills. Defense right on him. There's the pass to Forbes. Mills dishes to DeRozan. And finished off by DeRozan.
DeRozan still an elite scorer in this league and relentless in attacking the basket.
Okafor, the pass to Hayes. That shot missing. Good work defensively by Gay. Spurs leading by 3. Hurdle finds Gay. Here's Forbes. Offensive rebound. Great positioning on the putback.
And Hurdle is always a threat to come away with offensive rebounds because of his size, but just as important, his timing.
Pass the ball. He feeds it to Hayes. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
Boy, Ball has a nice feel for when his guys are open. He's solid, really solid when it comes to getting his teammates clean looks.
DeRozan in the corner, and that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Walker's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. Derek Favors checked in for the Pelicans. And Forbes kicks to Mills. Off target with his three. Pelicans trail by 3. And here's Hayes, stolen by Walker. And now in transition is Mills. Here we go. Again, the miss by the Spurs. New Orleans has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Hart the pass to Favors. Chalk up 2 there. And now just a 1-point Spurs lead.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
There's Walker with the 3. Connects from three-point range. And the Spurs lead by 4.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it. Not much resistance from the defense. Easy play that time for him.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Mills with it, working on Hayes. 6 to shoot, and Mills kicks to Forbes. And it's good with time running down in the shot clock.
Forbes looking more than comfortable having the ball in his hands in these spots. Not afraid to take the big shot. Bryn Forbes getting busy.
Pass the ball. Hayes with it. He's against Gay. Favors trying to break free, and the shot goes down.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
No question about it. I mean, these teams are really battling hard now.
Mills with it. Hayes on him. Back to Mills. Pass to Forbes. Walker looking for an opening, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Derek White checked in for the Spurs. DeJounte Murray comes in for Patty Mills. And then for New Orleans, Williamson is checked in for Hayes. Brandon Ingram comes in for Josh Hart. And it's Drew Holiday in for J.J. Redick. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They're down by 2. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, and looking at how much time they have, I think it's likely we'll see them try to get a good look and score quickly.
DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for the Spurs. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Alvin Gentry said to his team. He told them, hey, guys, this is a close game, but if we execute right here, I like our chances. There's no need for hero ball. Trust one another. Make the simple play. Kevin, back to you.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
2-possession game now, guys. Some very important free throws there.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Outside, Walker. No one near him. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Here's Melly. Off the mark. And so it's San Antonio who's straight by with the win. It was up for grabs, right? Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks.